What's up, YouTube? This is Samitria, and I'm back with another excellent video. Before we jump into the video, I just ask that you all visit my website, purposelyhere.com, where you can find my self-published book and my exclusive merchandise, such as the t-shirt that I'm wearing today, Notorious Wife, which is wise, intelligent, feminine, eloquent. You can find this in a t-shirt and a graphic hoodie. You can find many other t-shirts that I have on my website as well. So please make sure you check it out, like and share this video. All the information, I'll make sure that I put it in the description as well. So let's just hop right into this video. I was in a podcast interview earlier, and something that was pointed out in the interview that I said, the interviewer, shout out to Shauna Burrell, she said, you need to really push this. You really need to speak on this. Is because a lot of women struggle with this particular thing in their relationships with their daughters. And what I said was, with my girls, I'm very transparent. I talk to them about a lot of the things that I've experienced growing up, a lot of my mistakes, a lot of my downfalls. I try to be very transparent with my girls, with my children, period, but specifically speaking, my girls. Transparency creates trust. If I can open up and I can talk to them about things that I've done, things that I've experienced, that then in turn gives them the level of comfortability where they can come to me and talk to me about things that they might be dealing with, rather, or things that they have done. It gives them the comfort to say that mom opened up to me. Mom trusts me with her darkest moments. This helps me to be able to open up and trust her with the things that I'm dealing with. It creates that bond. It creates that openness. But now I do say you want to share age-appropriate things, and you want to share things with the knowledge of knowing, okay, this is still my child. You don't want to go too deep off into too much craziness. I mean, you can kind of be vague about it. You can kind of give, small descriptions, but those deep details, there are still things that your children may not need to know, or may not be at the age where they're able to handle that type of information. But nonetheless, we don't want, or we shouldn't allow, shame and embarrassment of the things that we've done keep us from talking to our girls about it. We don't want, just because I'm ashamed and I'm embarrassed about this, I'm not going to talk about it. And then that girl, your daughter, turns around and repeats the same habits and behaviors that you did, that you could have saved her from, but you didn't, because you're so afraid, you're so ashamed, you're so embarrassed. We need to be transparent. These transparent moments should help these girls not to walk in our shoes when we've made these mistakes, when we've made, no, not mistakes, these bad choices. Because everything that we do, for the most part, it is a choice. It is a decision. Even if we made the decision off the fact of not knowing, from an example given to us, we made the choice. And we need to stop giving ourselves these excuses and own up to our choices and say, I made this choice. I, with a sound mind and body, decided to do such and such. And that'll even help with our own growth. But like I was saying, we need to open up. We need to be transparent with our daughters. We need to let them know, well, I did this or I did that, and this is the results that it brought about. This is how, it hurt me. I don't want to see you go down those same paths. That also lets them know that as parents, we are not perfect. We have been in their shoes. We have done things that we are less than pleasing of as well. So they get to see, yeah, I know my mom used to be like this, or my mom has done these things, but I see, where she has come from, and she's only telling me these things because she doesn't want me to want to see me go down those same paths. Because truth be told, when we don't talk to them, when we don't tell them, they will find a way to get the information. And the way that they get it may not be the best way. Who gives it to them may not be the most reliable resource. And it may hurt them more than help them. They're trying to get information from peers who knows equally as much as they do or less. How can the blind lead the blind? They're all trying to figure out the world themselves, and they don't know anything. That's where our parenting comes in. That's where our knowledge comes in, to be able to talk to them, to be able to let them know, don't travel those paths, don't do those things. If you do, then there's consequences that you have to, that you're going to be held to. You're not going to get off. Now, you might have a greater consequence for one versus the other, but the fact is you have to face your consequences. So you can't cry. You can't be upset. You can't be mad. It's because it's the consequence to the choice that you made, the choice that either they decided to go out on their own and make without consulting you and talking to you, or the fact that you didn't even open up and talk to them and help them from going down that path. So we have to, as mothers, we have to talk to our children. We have to talk to our girls. It's because the world is getting more wicked. These children are becoming more curious. They are doing things at their ages that many of us didn't experience until we were 10, 12 years older than what they are now. Kids are curious, and they need to have that curiosity satisfied by us as the parent, giving them the tools and the resources, the knowledge that they need to keep them on the straight path. Because we all know, once you veer off that path, a lot of the times it's hard to be brought back in. It's hard to come back straight. It's because we've gotten so far off. So as parents, it's our responsibility. As mothers, as nurturers, it is our responsibility to keep our children on that right path. And that comes by talking to them. I have sit downs, at least I try to weekly. I have sit downs with my children, and I talk to them. We might start off on one conversation and we might jump off onto another conversation, but I try my best to talk to them and be very open. And they ask questions, I answer their questions, and sometimes it might make me feel a little uncomfortable because I might have to relive something that I don't want to relive, but their safety, their well-being is more important to me than protecting how I feel. Is because I never want them to experience any of the bad things that I have experienced. And if I can help avoid them from going down that path, then I will. So for the mother that's struggling with talking to your daughter, you first need to forgive yourself. You first need to forgive yourself and be able to come to the understanding that it's nothing that you can do about what has happened. All you can do is take that knowledge, take that growth, and pour it over into someone else's life, specifically your children, to help them not to make those same choices that you did. So sit down, have those tough conversations with those girls because they need it. They will appreciate it. I promise. I see it in my kids. And because I have those tough conversations, it's easy for them to see when they're amongst their peers, who has and who hasn't been groomed at home, because it shows up. It shows up in their everyday lives. So mama, sit down, talk to your girl, whether it's about hygiene, whether it's about sex, whether it's about their bodies, period, as women, if it's about, their mindset, their mentality on how they perceive things, whatever it is, have those conversations. Don't let them slide by. Don't let them go without having the knowledge that you have. Give it to them. They need it. it will save them in the long run. Just think about everything that you have been through and how you desire to have better for your children. And the better starts with those tough conversations. Have them. They will appreciate it. I promise you. Well, I thank you all for the time that you've taken to watch this video, and I pray that this knowledge helps that mother that is struggling with those tough conversations with that daughter. So until next time, you all make sure you stay safe and make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to check out the description where you can find my website, which will link you to this shirt and my self-published book. Thank you all, and be blessed.